But I love that underpinning everything you've done is this idea of personal narrative. It's that personal story and self-talk. And so today I want to go down that path a little bit and start down that conversation. So I know you've got a whole perspective around our internal communication. Maybe I'm going to let you just start and unpack that. When you think about internal communication and how we process the world, tell us a little more about how that plays out and where that begins.
Now, so what I observed in my individual work with people was that, obviously each of us has an internal narrator. We talk to ourselves. We have this beautiful, complex brain, but inside that brain is a person, this mysterious person that one psychologist called the ghost in the machine. But the reality is we talk to ourselves constantly, all the time. Mm-hmm. And I recognize that there was a consistent, reoccurring process by which we do that. It's a loop that we go through. And that process is not only the process in how we talk to ourselves internally, but it's also the process we use in talking to others. Mm-hmm. So it's the foundation of both our internal and our external communications. So the topic today is our internal communications.
Yep.
So I want to talk about 5 elements in that process.
Okay, great.
And since 5 is a lot of things to remember at one time, a lot of things for me to remember. So to give you a visual aid, try to help you remember those 5 things. I want you to imagine the face of a round clock.
Okay.
The kind of clock that I had in my classroom growing up, where we had a big round clock with a white face and it had numbers on it. So we're going to talk about 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 10 o'clock.
So 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock,
8 o'clock, and 10 o'clock.
8 o'clock,
Those are
10 o'clock.
5 steps or 5 elements in the process.
I got it. I've drawn my clock and I've circled those 3 or those 5.
Good. So 12 o'clock. The reality is that we are constantly, through our senses, taking in data all the time. So we are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. We are always taking in data from our external world. But we don't take that data in its pure form. We immediately start assessing the data. We interpret it. We make assumptions about it. We try to figure out what it means. Is it something that is going to be good for us, or is it something that's going to harm us? Is it something that we want, or is it something we want to protect ourselves from? What does it mean? How does it relate together? And to do that assessment, we use our capacities for thinking, our cognitive capacities. Thinking is the process of understanding the relationships between things. Thinking is. So we use our cognitive abilities to do that, but it also gets filtered through. This goes back to my first developmental model. It also gets filtered through our belief system. But from a very early age, we begin forming these, from birth, we begin forming these core beliefs about who we are, what our value is. Do we have a right to be here? Given the fact we're here, do we have a right to be who we are? Beliefs about others. Who can we trust and not trust? What can we expect from people? Can we count on them? Who should we avoid? And finally, beliefs about how life works, what's possible for us.